Hi guys! So today I am finally filming my first tutorial, I guess. It's more of a chit chat, get ready with me type of thing. I basically just want to show you my everyday makeup routine. It's, you know, simple, quick, easy, light, but still really pretty and still on the more glam side. Very comfortable for most people to wear. Yeah, so let's just, I guess, jump right into it, because nobody likes a long preamble intro. Okay, so the first thing that I always like to do is prime. I don't actually use a primer. So what I prime with or moisturize with on my everyday type of makeup is the L'Oreal Hydragenious. I don't know if we can show you that. I don't think they actually make this kind anymore. They make the kind that's in a pump. They came out with this one, which is the pump. It's in a really nice glass bottle. This one's nice too. And I take a pretty decent size amount. So yeah, I just work it into the skin. Really rub it in there. Really good. So then after that, I go in with foundation. And on my easy days, I like the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion foundation because it has SPF in it. And it gives decent coverage. It gives like an overall flush of coverage. So I take this because I like the amount of coverage for an everyday. But it doesn't leave my skin feeling heavy and gross. So then I just take my Morphe beauty sponge. It's dirty, that's your life, don't judge. And I just press it into here. So then I just go in. And then for concealer, I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. So I'm just gonna put it under here. And like I said, I'm not doing a lot today. So I'm not gonna put a lot under in comparison to how much I normally do. You're probably looking at me like, bitch, that is a lot. Not for me. Cause when I'm becoming a glamazon, when I'm going to outie, my whole fucking face is basically concealed. So yeah. So I put it under my under eyes, a little bit on my nose, center of my forehead, my chin, and my smiley doo-doo lines. Like so. And because my under eyes crease so quickly, once I blend it out, I wait till the end to blend out my concealer underneath my eyes. But, so I blend all that out. But once I do have my under eyes blended, I have to set them rather quickly. And I like to set them with a Real Techniques sponge because I have one sponge designated for powder and one designated for liquid because mixing is gross and fucks your shit up. So don't do that. So I just make sure that they're blended and then I quickly go in with my sponge before it gets greasy-deasy because it fucking will. And just pack some quick powder underneath it. It doesn't have to be perfect right now because like I said, I'm just trying to get them set. I'll do like baking and shit later, but I just want to basically get the creases set out right now. And then I take powder and I set around my nose with this sponge. The tip of my nose. My smile lines. I'm just using the Coty Airspun powder in translucent extra coverage. And then my chin. And then I just take a big fluffy brush. This is an E41 by Morphe. I just lightly set it everywhere else that doesn't have powder yet. And then after that, I go to bronzer. For bronzer on my everyday, I really like the Butter Bronzer by Physician Formula. Very popular, everybody uses it. I really, really enjoy it. And I just take it on a Morphe R2. And I just kind of go like this. Tap it off, tap it off. I can never get over how delicious it smells. And then I just take her right in here. Kind of like a sweepy motion. And on the other side, and basically I just bring it from like the top of my temple down. I never go farther or past this point because then it defeats the purpose and it makes my face look rounder, and I don't want that. So I basically just keep it all right in here. And then I take more and I just hit like the high point right here. And I like to keep it right here. I don't like to go like all over the perimeter for like everyday makeup because that just, it becomes too much at that point. And this is just everyday. And then I take it just on the very, very tip of the brush, like that, dust it off, and I lightly go on my jawline, like that. And then after that, I go in with blush, and I'm going to very conveniently use this blush palette because it's the best fucking one ever. This is, I don't even think they make this anymore. This is the Tarte Clay Blush Palette. It has the shades Live, Laugh, Love, and Dream. And realistically, the only one that I use in here is Love. Every now and again, I'll like dip into like all three of them, except for that one because that one has shimmer in it, and I don't like that. But for the most part, I just use Love because I like a mauvey blush. And then I'm taking the blush on a Morphe M530 and just like the bronzer, keeping it farther back. I don't like going too much on the apples of my cheeks, like very lightly dust it, but for the most part I keep it back here. So then for the eyes, it's actually very, very simple. I basically just take the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour, this is the older one, palette, and I'll just take a big ass fluffy eyeshadow brush. Make sure that your lids aren't creasy. They ain't, so that's, you know, a win. And I just take like this one, the lightest shade, or not the lightest shade, the middle shade in this guy. That little, yeah, anyway. And I dust it off and I just put it all over like in this area, the crease. You basically just use it like you would with a normal transition shade. And I just work it all over in there just to give it on an M504. And just dusting it all over the lid or all over the crease like so. It doesn't have to be pretty. Just fluffing it back and forth, windshield wiper motions, kind of a circular do. Just get it on there. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want a little bit of color on the lid. And then after that's decent looking, like that, I'm going to take a Morphe R37 brush and I dip into this one. I just keep it low in here like this and keep it more on the outer corner. And then with whatever's left over, I kind of bring it in just for a little bit more dimension, but it doesn't, you know, I don't want to go too ham because this is just like a simple look. Get a little bit more of that product, dust it off, do the same on the other side. And just keep it low and keep it mostly on the outer corner. And then with what's ever left over, just bring it in just to help blend it out. And then I take that previous brush, that M504 from Morphe, and then I'm just going to keep blending with that brush just so that that darker eyeshadow or bronzer shade is blended cohesively into that lighter one. Just doing similar motions like before. And then I'm going to take a Morphe M433 and take that even darker shade in the Kat Von D bronzer palette and basically just place it right on the outer corner of the lid right here. And I'm just using stippling motions because for some reason, especially on this eye, I have a hard time with pigment wanting to stick to my lid. I don't know why. So what I found works best for me is kind of like a stippling, pressing, patting motion. And then take that brush from before, which is the MR37, Morphe R37, and blending those two together cohesively, just quickly, nothing crazy. Taking that Morphe M433, again into that dark shade, tap off the excess and do more stippling on the outer corner, like so. Beautiful. Then again, taking that Morphe R37 and blending those together cohesively. I go into my sleek highlighter palette. You don't have to do this, it's totally optional. You could leave the eye like this and be done with it. But I like a little bit of shimmer on my lid, so I'm going to take the sleek Solstice palette and this one right here, the more champagne-y one, right there, on a flat type brush. It's just like a flat, thicker brush anyway. So then I'm just gonna take that shade like a shoe, dust a little bit of it off because it's pigmented as fuck, and then just kind of press it all over the lid. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be, you know, precise or anything. It's just a quick thing. And then take that R37 brush and kind of just go right over the top of that shimmery shade, and then take a little bit more of that champagne-y shade from the Solstice highlighter palette and do the same on the other side, just placing it on the lid. And again, taking that R37, going right in that crease like this. What's a good angle for you to see it? I don't know. We're learning. And just go right on top of it, make sure it's blended out nicely. And then basically on the bottom lash line, because I can't leave the bottom lash line blank, I just fucking can't. I feel like a naked baby. I'm gonna take literally all those colors with a E6 or an E36. I'm gonna take the Shade and Light palette and just dip into all of the colors that I used on my lid. Tap off the excess and just run it under here, just to put a little bit of color in the lower lash line, because I have a hard time leaving things naked under there. I know that people say, oh, just leave it so it looks more natural, yada yada. I can't. For me, I just feel like I'm missing something. Like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just like that. And then I'm going to do mascara. That's basically it for the eyeshadow on the eyes. So now I'm going to do mascara. And I'm going to take the Voluminous Lash Paradise by Loreal. Alright, and then I do the same on the bottom, not the same, but then I just hit the bottom lashes. And then after that, I'm gonna go in with my highlighter. And then I'm gonna take the Sleek Solstice palette with an M510. And I kind of go in with all of them because I like them all so much. And they're all so beautiful. And they all deserve to be the star. Except for the cream shade. Fuck that one. And then I center it mostly back here. Yeah, so I center it mostly back here. And I like the look of it being highlighted up through here. I feel like it makes your skin look really like healthy and glowy and dewy. And even on the days that it's a natural makeup day, easy, everyday makeup day, I still pack on the fucking highlighter because, like I said, highlighter is the best part. So yeah, I just keep it back here and bring it up like so. And then on my everyday makeup days, I don't do my whole nose. I just do the tip. So then I just take a little bit on the tip of the brush, dust it off, and just hit the tip of the nose. Like so. And then the Cupid's bow. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm gonna really dust it off and hit the chin, because I like the chin to be highlighted, but not too much, because my chin already sticks out so much. And then I might go a little bit up here, depending on how I'm feeling. I guess I'm feeling it today. And then I set, and today I'm gonna set way off, wherever it ran off to, with the Wet n Wild Natural Finish Setting Spray. I really like it. It's cheap, it's compact, so when, you know, I'm traveling, it's not like some big ass setting spray. So just set the mug. And then basically take whatever big and handy. For me, that's gonna be my Jaclyn Hill palette, because it's right here in my vanity. And fan y'all shit. Because this shit, like most setting sprays, just takes too fucking long for my liking to dry. So, and then you got that. Now, I know you're sitting here shaking, looking at me, being like, what about your brows? You ain't gonna do nothing with your brows? No, I'm doing something with my brows. I'm just gonna brush through them, because I got my eyebrows microbladed, and so my eyebrows already have really good framework, and they're filled already pretty freaking nice. And on an everyday, I just don't want to have super stern brows. If I did, and I was feeling a little bit of brow, I would just take my Brow Wiz and basically just hit the tail. I wouldn't do anything through here. I would just do the tail and call it good. But like I said, I'm not doing very much today. I don't really feel like wearing brows. So then after that, I would either take a gloss or like a simple lipstick. One of my all-time favorite glosses is the NYX Intense Butter Gloss in the shade Toasted Marshmallow. It's like my honest fave gloss from NYX, like the shade at least. And yeah, that is the final look. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed my first video. It's probably gonna be terrible. I might not even post it. I don't know. But I did it, and I filmed it, and I think it went pretty smooth for the most part. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you did like it, please like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. If you want, you can follow me on my Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. That's all FrancesWithAnE1. But yeah, that's it, guys. I hope to see you guys in my next one. I love you. Bye. Mwah! If you see me doing this, it's because my brain thinks I have my glasses on, but I don't. So I'm being stupid. Yeah, wipe the excess off on my pants, because, you know, we're classy around here. A watered down caramel macchiato from Dutch Bros that I have replaced with new ice, because water, and that counts, right, as water intake? No? Okay, I'll just die. If y'all hear that squeaky squeaky in the background, it's my husband's computer and I think it's dying or it's possessed, so just ignore it. Anyway. Hair or powder? We may not know. Wow. Fucking wow.